To properly scale enterprise AI, we absolutely have to stop building everything in a silo. In this explainer, we're going to break down how to decouple your agent life cycles by shifting away from monolithic orchestrators and moving toward a delegated architecture using connected agents. When you design multi-agent systems, treating every single capability as an internal build just creates immense bottlenecks. Moving to a connected model is a total game changer because it allows for parallel development across your entire organization. We'll be moving logically through four main areas today. First, the core concept of connected versus child agents. Next, the architecture behind the routing logic. Then, implementation and supported types. And finally, we'll wrap up with governance and your responsibilities as a maker. Kicking things off with Section 1, Concept, Connected versus Child Agents. Let's dive right in and establish exactly what makes a connected agent fundamentally different from the components you might already be building.
So let's break down the architectural split here. Child agents are built and managed internally by your team. They live inside the exact same box, sharing the exact same lifecycle. A connected agent, on the other hand, that operates as a completely independent, separately published specialist managed by a totally different team. The architectural reasoning here really boils down to strict separation of concerns. You want to think of connecting to one of these not as building a new component, but rather as establishing an API-like partnership. And because they're independent, that exact same connected agent can be called upon by multiple different orchestrators across your entire enterprise.
To put this into perspective, imagine a real-world business scenario at a company like Fabricam. You have a procurement team's orchestrator seamlessly connecting to a contract compliance agent that is strictly owned and published by the legal team. Think about it. In enterprise environments like GovTech or business process outsourcing, you absolutely cannot have procurement engineers trying to code legal compliance logic, right? That is just a disaster waiting to happen. Instead, the legal team builds, tests, and publishes their own agent on their own timeline. Procurement simply connects to it and defines how their system invokes it, without ever having the ability to touch the legal agent's internal logic. Now, for this partnership to actually work, your primary interface has to act as an orchestrator. It's essentially a highly intelligent router. It evaluates the initial user message against all the available options, whether those are internal topics, standard tools, child agents, or these external connected agents we've been talking about, and it delegates the work accordingly. So the big question is, how exactly does it make those routing decisions? Well, that brings us straight into Section 2, Architecture, Routing Logic. Let's peel back the layers and see how this core mechanic operates. The data flow here is a strict technical progression. First, the user message hits the orchestrator. Then, generative AI steps in to evaluate all the available descriptions to find a match. Once it finds one, it delegates the task and simply waits for the payload to return. It's really cool because under the hood, the connected agent is actually using its own entirely separate orchestration layer. It's tapping into its own topics, its own tools, and its own knowledge sources, like Azure databases or SharePoint sites, to generate a response. Once it's done, it just hands that result back up the chain to the main orchestrator, which seamlessly presents it to the user. Okay, here is an absolutely crucial takeaway. The orchestrator treats every single connected agent exactly like a tool. The AI isn't peeking at the connected agent's code. No, it relies entirely on the text description to know what that agent can actually do. That description, that's your semantic API contract. Now, by default, the system passes along the conversation history, so the specialist agent gets the full context of the user's journey. But remember, as an architect, you are in control. You have the power to disable this context forwarding on a per-connection basis if your project requires strict data isolation. Having established how the data moves, let's move right along to Section 3, Implementation, Supported Types, where we categorize these external agents. You really have incredible flexibility here across multiple platforms. You can connect to another Copilot Studio environment, or you might utilize fine-tuned models in Microsoft Foundry for some really complex fintech reasoning. You could even execute one-lake queries via Fabric Data for massive organizational data pools. And what if you're bridging non-Microsoft systems? Well, the agent-to-agent or A2A open standard provides your heterogeneous integration layer. This is huge because it completely prevents you from having to rebuild complex AI from scratch. So securely managing these diverse endpoints brings us to our final and arguably most critical phase, which is Section 4, Governance, Maker Responsibilities. Let's get into the architect's ultimate responsibility. Look, with great connectivity comes massive operational responsibility. This is frankly the architect's biggest operational challenge. While you obviously don't control the connected agent's internal code, you are fully accountable for the data flowing into it. Connecting to a poorly tested agent completely undermines your orchestrator's reliability. Plus, because connected agents produce their own separate transcripts, your observability strategy really has to account for distributed telemetry. You're going to need to actively trace a user's request from your orchestrator's logs directly into the connected agent's logs if you want to properly debug production issues. Returning to our Fabricam example, before a maker ever connects a Foundry-hosted risk agent, they absolutely must formally confirm its data processing terms and responsible AI review status with their organizational security team. As an architect, you literally have to know exactly what data the connected agent processes and how its responses are generated before you route even a single user's message over to it. Okay, if you leave this explainer with just one architectural rule, let it be this. Overlapping agent descriptions will absolutely confuse your generative AI routing. For example, if you have an IT support agent and a hardware request agent floating around with similar keywords in their descriptions, the orchestrator is going to guess, and it's going to guess wrong. Precision in your semantic descriptions is the absolute bedrock of a stable multi-agent architecture. So, as you look at your own enterprise ecosystem today, ask yourself, are your agents truly designed to collaborate seamlessly, or are their ambiguous descriptions secretly sabotaging your entire user experience?